know that the schools have been closed due to the spread of coronavirus and the precautionary measures are being taken. But still, we, the Vatsalya team, continue with imparting education to the students through video lectures. So here, I, Mrs. Meena Jain, am going to teach class 10th English. Now, before we begin, let me first introduce that there are two textbooks that have been prescribed by the CBSE, that is of NCERT course. And let me also tell you that it's English Language and Literature course which has been prescribed by the CBSE. And the code of this subject, that is English, is 184. So remember, the code of English for class 10 is 184, that is 184. Now, let me continue. So there are two textbooks which are there. The first is First Flight and the second textbook is Footprints Without Feet. Now, First Flight comprises of 11 chapters and each chapters have one poem attached with it. So, we have 11 chapters and 11 poems in First Flight. Now, the second book is Footprints Without Feet and it comprises of 10 chapters. So today I am teaching you the first chapter of First Flight and the name of the chapter is A Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes. Now, just think about the title. The title is A Letter to God. You know, in general, we write letters to convey our feelings or thoughts or to communicate to our friends and even relatives, or it can be teachers. We write letters, we do it verbally with all people, right? But how do we communicate with God? Or can we communicate with God? Yeah, I think we can. And it can be done through thoughts. And I think all of you also do the same. Well, it is possible with the help of conveying or communicating with God with our thoughts. But how come with a letter to God? So there is somebody who has written a letter to God. Now let's see who is that person. But before we begin with the chapter, let me first introduce the author to you all. G.L. Fuentes was a Mexican novelist and he was a Mexican journalist, but you know, he lived a life of a fisherman because he was, his father was a fisherman. And let me tell you, he was born in Mexico. Do you know where is Mexico? Mexico is in North America, but it is in the southern part of North America, right? So he lived in Mexico, and this author, initially his life was full of poverty, but then also he became a wonderful writer. Okay, now let me continue with the story of the chapter. So now you know there are two characters in the story. One of them is Lencho, and the other we'll come to know is the postmaster, and yet others are the fellow persons at the post office, right? So these are the characters of the story. Now let's come to the theme of the story. The theme of the story actually refers to the piousness of the person, the innocence of the person. It reflects the innocence of the person, that whenever people are in stress, whom should they refer to? From whom they can take help from? And it is God. If there is nobody to help a person, but still there is one source of help, and that is God, the Almighty. So, Lencho also had felt a situation. He also faced a situation in his life where he was in great distress and he didn't have any support at all. And so, there would be certain kind of help provided to him by God. So now let's see. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. You know, his house was on a hilltop. So, it was situated on the top of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river and a field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. So, you know, he kept on doing farming, and whenever he did farming, he usually got a good crop and all the flowers would be seen blooming through a far distance. The only thing that the earth needed was a downpour. So, you know, when he continued with his doing the work, the flowers were there and the grain was to be built into it. And so, for that, the requirement was of a shower or a downpour. Downpour is heavy rain, or at least a shower. Means at least it would have rained a little so that the crop would ripen. You know that whenever it rains, the seeds actually get germinated. They form the plants, and then the plants further continue to bloom, and those flowers then again get converted into seeds. So that's how the seeds get ripened, and then a good crop is received by the farmers. So generally farmers depend upon the rain. Here Lencho also wanted a shower, and he thought that naturally there would be a shower received and his crop would also be better one. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his friends intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. So you know, since morning, Lencho, he sat with his friends and he just kept on watching at the skies. He intimately refers to the people who are in close contact. Okay, so he just kept on looking at the skies, and he looked at the northeast skies because from there he was thinking that the clouds would appear and then they would give a rain shower.